Hello, my fellow viewers. This is the Positive Film Buff welcoming you to the sixth part of my look back on my dream vacation to Walt Disney World in 2017. So far, my vacation had been truly magical, with me visiting three magnificent and magical worlds in the form of the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and the Disney Hollywood Studios. Now we've come to the last born of this magical bunch, and quite possibly the wildest, which was born on the same year as one of Disney's biggest animated features being first released. This newborn park was given the name Disney's Animal Kingdom. Immediately, when you first hear the name and you learn about what it is, I think you'd easily figure out that the Animal Kingdom could be the most impressive and amazing park at Disney World ever. I wouldn't call it the best out of the four parks, mind you, but I would easily give the proper praising words of impressive and amazing. Disney had released quite a few animated features that starred animals and took place in all areas that animals exist in, so it was practically inevitable that there would be a park theme to those movies. As usual, when we entered in, we had the time to take in the sights of the Animal Kingdom by looking at several of its forests and animals, including the iconic Tree of Life, a hugely beautiful and highly majestic tree filled with so many carvings of so many animals. Definitely the perfect icon that lets you know we are about to embark on a magnificent trip through the jungle, only you're still inside the Disney magic. During this time, we unexpectedly had a chance encounter and photo with the ape man himself, Tarzan. I could not resist a photo and autograph from him since Disney's Tarzan is one heck of a great movie, and my third favorite film of the year 1999 in fact. As we continued walking, all throughout the day, there was lots of attractions that featured a lot of animals roaming around the place. It was practically like a shopping aisle. You could almost not imagine the amount of animals we saw in our walk through the park. In fact, I could almost not imagine the amount of characters I've met on this day either, as we had an encounter with Baloo and King Louie from the Jungle Book. While meeting them, I talked with those two animals and told them about my love for both this animated classic and its live-action remake, commenting to King Louie that Christopher Walken was an awesome choice to play him in live action. I really loved that remake, by the way. I consider The Jungle Book the best out of the Disney remakes alongside The Lion King. Anyway, we went to our first ride, an outdoor roller coaster that actually takes you on an expedition through Mount Everest, and an encounter with a huge creature called a Yeti. Whenever I go to a theme park, there's a certain number of roller coasters that I'm open to going to. But I'm happy to say that this roller coaster ride joins that collection, as it was so joyously unpredictable, going from a gentle ride to a fast, speedy ride up a big hill, through a large tunnel, encountering the Yeti in the process, and going through the tracks really fast, either forwards and backwards. We next entered the then newest attraction in the Animal Kingdom, Pandora, the world of Avatar. At that time, 20th Century Fox was not owned by Disney yet, and I had no idea that that kind of event would happen, so when I was in the world of the former highest-grossing film of all time, I felt like I stepped out of the Disney magic for a bit and into the magic of Avatar. It was actually a short time at Pandora on that day, as its two rides were not running today, but we still used that short time to take a look around Pandora, taking in the sights and buying some stuff at a shop, where I created a very own Pandora necklace to take home. After that, we left Pandora and started to head towards another land in the Animal Kingdom, where we knew that inside that land, another standout ride was nearby, one that looked amazing. We had to seize the moment to experience it. Before that, I had the chance to seize two other moments: meet, get autographs, and pose for photos with two unexpected characters. Unexpected character number 1 was Flick the Ant from A Bug's Life. I used this encounter to tell Flick about something that I think he would find very great. He was the star of the first Pixar movie I've ever seen. I'm not kidding, A Bug's Life was the first Pixar movie I've seen. I think Flick was very proud to hear that. Unexpected character number 2 was Pocahontas, and I got the chance to tell her that her story was so excellent in my mind, I would review it someday. I then mentioned what a review is to her, comparing it to trying to see if a sailing ship is pitch perfect or has several flaws inside. We then reached the other land in the animal kingdom, Dino Land, USA, arguably the most colorful and lively location in this park. In our time at the animal kingdom, we didn't spend a lot of time at Dino Land, but I do believe that it was very colorful and very lively. The reason I think this is because last year I went on a CPL trip to Eka at Brisbane. It had a colorful park full of rides that really did look similar to Dino Land in my mind. We then headed over to the ride we were aiming to go on, simply called Dinosaur, a fascinating dark ride that takes us on a fast-paced adventure through the dangerous times when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Here's an interesting bit of trivia. When this ride first opened, it was titled Countdown to Extinction, and apparently had a bit of a darker tone and feel. But this ride had its name changed and its tone made a bit lighter due to the release of a Disney animated feature that has just celebrated its 20th anniversary this year. There were a lot of things to do at the Animal Kingdom, but on the same day we visited here, it was June 9th, and any big Disney fan like myself knew what was happening on that day, and I feel the urge to first review it to you visually. Here it is. Yep, today was Donald Duck's 83rd birthday, and because I learned we were going to Walt Disney World in the beginning of June, I had made a birthday card to give to Donald. I actually mentioned this before on my Salute to Donald Duck video, but I'm gonna mention this again quickly. We came to Donald, I gave the card to him, and we sang happy birthday to him. And Donald was so extremely happy, he asked me to sign my name on his card, something I don't believe any Disney star had asked a guest to do before. I was so happy to have the opportunity to celebrate Donald Duck's birthday with Donald himself, and I hope that I made his birthday so much more joyful. In the 3 previous days at Walt Disney World, I have met all the great stars of Mickey's Sensational Six, but there was one pal that I had not met yet until this day. That pal's name is not Mercury, or Venus, or Earth, or Mars, or Jupiter, or Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune. No. His name is Pluto, Mickey Mouse's pet dog. Well, Pluto was hanging around Dino Land alongside Goofy, so finally we picked the correct time and opportunity for me to meet Pluto, as well as having our 4th encounter with Goofy. I got Pluto's autograph and couldn't resist hugging him and scratching him on his head and petting him. But things got more joyfully magical when the woman who was with Goofy and Pluto told Pluto that it was his feeding time, and I was actually given special permission by the woman to walk Pluto to his feeding place. My goodness, the magical experiences with Disney characters just would not stop, but I'm happy they weren't stopping, and I wish I could experience them again. Next, we went back to walking and exploring mode, as we took a train to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where we entered a room filled with a lot of exhibits and attractions describing how humans take such brilliant care of all sorts of beautiful animals. While there, we got another surprising character meeting, and the last one of the day, in the form of Rafiki himself. While taking a photo and getting an autograph, I told Rafiki that it was a huge honor to meet one of the stars of my favorite Disney animated film of all time. I still think it was such an honor I could not refuse. Wow, 9 characters I've met at the Animal Kingdom. That's a good accomplishment. After leaving the Planet Watch, we took a trip into what I'm considering the most exciting attraction in the whole park, Kilimanjaro Safaris, a large safari expedition on a big safari vehicle, traveling through a wildlife reserve filled with all sorts of magnificent animals, from hyenas, wildebeest, elephants, giraffes, hippos, monkeys, zebras, flamingos, antelopes, and warthogs. This was practically an amazing safari adventure, bar none. It was so magnificent to take a ride through such beautiful sights and see all these fabulous animals, especially ones I've seen in The Lion King. After that safari, we had a final drink at the Rainforest Cafe, where, on the same day Donald Duck celebrated his birthday, I experienced a form of bad luck Donald's usually prone to having. A wind blew my glass of apple juice straight onto my shirt. But that kind of misfortune did not have the ability to ruin our wonderful day at the Animal Kingdom. When I first heard of the Animal Kingdom as a little child, it really looked like a truly amazing Disney thing. And it was. It was such a marvelous kingdom filled with magnificent animals, as well as being filled with marvelous attractions all the way through. Add to that a wonderful safari expedition, surprising character encounters, 2 cool rides, and surprising sunny weather, and our day at Animal Kingdom was wildly magnificent, made even more magnificent by the perfect timing of June 9th. Celebrating Donald Duck's birthday is still a magical experience at Walt Disney World I will treasure. Well, I have visited all 4 parks, and there's only one more day left. Sad to say, but my time at Disney was inevitably going to end, and I believe that on this final day, there's only one thing I wanted to do. What did I want to do? Well, stay tuned for the next part.